Okay, guys, welcome to the Stanley Parable. Okay. Last time I played this, I actually recorded something before this. It glitched out, and I didn't. Okay,
This
I'll be
is the
quiet now.
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, he was happy. That's good.
And then one day, something
that would
very
be
peculiar
easy.
happened.
I
Something
wouldn't want
that
to do
would
it my whole
forever
life.
change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for
became
nearly an
Spider-Man.
hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest
I can
time.
move.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
Yes.
he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, I'm out of my office now. Now what do? I'm just gonna walk around. Give me more orders. I am made to follow orders. I am made to follow orders. I wasn't made to know what to do. Okay, now. What do? I just walk around. Everything is locked. Everything is locked. Narrator dude, you're supposed to help me out. What is this? Well, that guy is moving out. I hate Mondays. I love Mondays. Well, not really, but I love Mondays in this game world, I guess. What am I doing? What am I doing? The game glitched out. I'm gonna restart the game. What is this? Okay, now, tell me what to do.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, okay.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, yeah. Now. That's the meeting room, right? Or is the meeting room over here? Open up all the doors.
When Stanley
look.
came to a set of two open
It's all the
doors,
same.
he entered the door on his left.
It's the same exact thing. Thought you was.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm hungry, actually. I'll go to the employee lounge because I'm hungry.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Okay.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Right. There's no... Okay, open door on my right. There's no open doors on my right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
No.
stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her.
There's no her.
This is it, Stanley.
No hers in the
Your
game.
chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, what?
That's her, Stan.
Oh, that's the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
427.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I
What?
want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha.
That creeped me out.
Oh, come on.
Oh my
Did
god.
you actually think you had a loving wife?
No.
You want to commit their
You
life to
fooled
you?
me.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yeah. I get over there.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Oh. Oh, 0.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature
I'll
of
click
his
on you.
existence.
Mansion.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's
Oh, it's
pushing
turning
buttons.
into my office.
Now
I see.
he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No. You said I was made for this job.
But in his mind,
Obviously, I did not choose it.
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Wow.
And so he began to
Where's
fantasize
TV?
about his own
There's
job.
no TV.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere
No, it
thought
did.
that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
You have to be kidding me.
As he wandered through this fantasy
This
world,
is turning into my
he
office.
began
I
to fill
hate
it
it.
with many possible
Let me
paths and destinations. Down one path lay an
Why
enormous
did
round
I open
room
the?
with
Why I could have
monitors
walked
and
away. I
cruise
just realized that.
controls. And down
Ah.
another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he
No.
played just one more time.
I hate you. I hate you.
But there is no answer. How could
Ah.
there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he...
I'm gonna restart the game. If that's what you want, I would start it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna dodge the VoIP thing. I'm not gonna answer the phone. I'm gonna do something that involves not following instructions.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting
No,
room.
duh.
And
I already
Stanley
know what you're
knew
gonna say.
perfectly Well,
I don't need
perhaps
your
he wanted to stop by the
instructions.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Thought intellectuals again, but you didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh.
Good job, Stanley.
Thanks.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am powerful. Don't tell me what to do. I can do everything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'm gonna figure out how to get up here.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna figure out how to get up here. There you go. Never mind, then. Whatever. Okay, fine. You know what? I'm gonna follow instructions this time. And then I'm gonna follow the first instruction.
When
and then
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You're welcome.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Wait, I can't go back, dang it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. Going down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left
That's not
his
why.
post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Oh boy.
None of it made any logical
I'm going in
sense.
circles, aren't I?
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Why can't I see my body or my hands?
Automatically behind him wherever he went. And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
No, I already noticed that.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled.
I didn't
This
know that.
is all a dream.
I'm dreaming! This is all a dream! Okay, I did.
What relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Wake up now. Waking up.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I
Stanley
know.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna follow all the instructions up to a certain point.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's just breeze by the story.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Don't get fired.
Feeling
If you're
a
getting
wave
fired,
of
don't get fired.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping in.
Oh yes! I did it! I did it! Ah! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, we're free! Yes! Oh boy. I broke it, didn't I? Didn't I? I broke it. Let's go. I'm going all the way back. Yeah. Oh, dang it. Okay. Let's just admire this wonderful game and how I'm breaking it. And I think this is going to be like it for the first episode of the Stanley Parable. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.